Hi, I'm Doyle. This is Donald from Southern Paranormal. We're here in the Kolter House on November 7th, 2015. We're here to investigate some of the claims in the home, from sightings of apparitions to lights being seen to all kinds of strange happenings, from cabinet doors being left open. 911 has been called twice to this location because of some of the happenings. Before we get started, we're going to show y'all just a few of some of the things that we'll be using tonight. We didn't bring shadow, didn't really have the room for it, so we're back old school again. Some of the things that we're going to be using tonight, of course, we got our 4-camera. We got a 4-camera remote system that we brought in. We'll be using K2s like Donald's holding. He can tell you a little bit about this.
It's a K2 unit here. Basically, it's going to measure the electricity in the atmosphere.
The EMF readings for any strong electromagnetic fields that may be in the house, either naturally or spirits can produce at the time. Some things too, strong electromagnetic fields, if they're found in the home, can cause hallucinations, feeling of paranoia, and things of that nature if it's strong enough and someone is super sensitive to EMF. Of course, we'll be doing baseline readings and everything as well, just to see if there are any.
Can you make a noise for me?
Other things that are similar to that is called a millimeter. This picks up also the ambient temperature as well as EMF readings in a digital format. It helps to know the power level, not just, when this one uses LEDs, this will actually give you the actual readout of it. And Donald has a REM pod there he'll tell you about.
This REM pod, basically, got four different lights on there. You've probably seen one on TV, a lot of the ghost shows. You can see me touching it there. It's actually setting it off. Anything gets close to it, breaks the barrier there, it's going to wind up setting it off. It is known through some investigations that walkie-talkies can set it off. We won't be using those tonight since it's just a small location tonight here. So that's one of the different pieces of equipment that we're going to be using tonight. Of course, we have the basic, cut that off, basic voice recorders. With our 4-camera system that we've got set up, we've got one set up in the living room, one in one child's room, a girl's room, we've got one in the boys' room, and of course we got one right here in the kitchen that's actually recording us right now. With all those, we have an audio recorder by each camera to go ahead and pick up that audio that's in there with the room. It's a whole lot easier when we go back and do our review. If there's anything in there that we actually see, we may be able to hear something as well.
We also have, we got a couple of things with Paratechnologies. We love a lot of their stuff. This is called a periscope. What it does, it detects any static fields and everything that, as you can see, Donald's setting it off there, and that's just from the static in his body that's setting it off. It gives you a pretty visual representation of it. It's raining tonight too, which is taking a lot of the static out of the air.
Which, could be a good thing.
Another piece of equipment from there is called a Solo X. This is a standalone full spectrum camera. It records with full spectrum from IR to UV in the range that human sight can't see. This records in high definition, and as well it has audio built into it. So it's a pretty handy thing that we can take and just deploy and set out. And our buddy here that we've carried on many hunts with us,
he's been there. Yeah, he's been to West Virginia. He's been in the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. He was in there in one of the rooms in there. I can't remember the little girl's name that we were trying to contact there.
Yeah, I can't
Lily? Was it Lily?
Lily, yeah, that's it.
And there's a little blue bear. He's got little lights on. He actually has certain phrases he'll actually say. Just another.
It's got temperature sensors in it, vibration sensors as well. If temperature changes any certain amount in a certain length of time, it sets those off, and it triggers a response and everything, and lights on it as well, and the motion sensors that are in it. So it's a little investigative tool just in its own.
It's already mentioned temperature fluctuation already when it was back there and here. It was actually while we were setting everything up in the back room. Of course, we've already got our camera set up. It was actually in there going off while we were in here. So I have to go back in the audio and the video and find out what's going on there.
Another thing we have here is the Ovilus 4. What the Ovilus does, it takes the energy that's in the environment and converts it into phonics, speech. It has a built-in dictionary of, I believe it's around 2,000 English words, and the theory behind this, which is controversial, to begin with, but if you start using this and you get a lot of relative questions asked and it relates to some of the things that are happening, it can be used along with some of the other tools to actually help verify the situation. And we've had some pretty wild things that have been said through this box that starting to make us a believer in it and everything. Another thing that we're going to put to use for the first time tonight is from Huff Paranormal. This is the Impossible box. It is similar. Another thing too that we'll be using tonight is a ghost box, which I did mention. This is similar to that, but instead of generating white noise, it uses the internet stations and everything to generate noise. It's got actually two different ones, English and then a German. The thought behind that is the impossible setting is in another language. So if you get words coming through that in English, it's something to listen to and take note of, because there shouldn't be any English words coming through the German part of it. And we're eager to get this going tonight, try it as well. And we are going to be using the spirit box as well. Old school, we use a good bit of it. It sweeps through different frequencies and generates white noise. The theory behind that is that spirits can use that noise and speak through. Well, we've got our 4-camera system set out, and we're fixing to go lights out. Was hoping to go live on the internet tonight and let y'all join us, but we ain't got enough signal out here to actually pick up.
Yeah, we tried to do the Periscope thing, but so far it hasn't given us enough signal to get broadcast out. So we're going to try it a little bit later. Maybe things will, weather's rainy right now, so maybe it'll clear off a little bit and we'll be able to get that done. The one last piece of equipment that we're going to use, very special, very high-tech, expensive piece of equipment is ball. One of the paranormal activity that they had in the home, they were recording one night, doing some EVP sessions, the family was, and this ball was reported. One of their balls came in the living room where a lot of activity is, actually came in, rolled around in the living room and stopped on its own. Another claim in the girl's room where the Boo Bear will be, this little girl one night woke up and a lot of her toys and dolls and things were basically in the middle of the floor, all lined up in a line there. From what I understand, the Barbie Jeep or Barbie car was actually kind of moving around on its own in the floor. So.
Well, also too, when y'all came and did the client interview, y'all were getting EMF hits on the K2 with it just sitting off to the side.
Yeah, we started the interview process a couple weeks ago. We came and actually set a K2. They talked a lot about the activity being located in the living room and in the hallway a lot. So I went ahead and set out a K2, just trying to see if I'd get anything at all. I didn't expect to get anything. While we're videoing the interview, and the K2 started going off, but I'm just sitting and they're talking. It's like K2's going off. So once we got done with the interview, we started going around the house and videoing to different places that we're going to be investigating, trying to get a feel for what we're going to be doing. And I was actually on videoing the K2 and explaining, I wish I'd have had video, recording the K2 right then. Of course, I was running the camera at the time, and it's like, then all of a sudden the K2 starts going off and we actually talking about it. So that's pretty interesting stuff there.
And a couple of things that we've got coming up too. Next weekend we're going to be in Florence, Mississippi at a house that is featured on WLBT's Look Around Mississippi. It's in Rankin County. A lot of claims in this home. We will be there, I guess it'll be next Saturday the 14th. After that we'll have one weekend off, and then we have a huge location up in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee at the Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. And we're going to be joined by a special guest, Keith Rancer from Southern Paranormal, and we're looking forward to this one. After that, Tammy done it again. She got us in King's Tavern. King's Tavern, they have not let anybody in this place to investigate in years. They're allowing Southern Paranormal access to the location from 10:30 to 10:30 the next day. And we're stoked for this one. The others, we've got 3 others in the works, major locations that we'll tell you about as soon as we have the dates and everything nailed down for it. But this one, you ready to see what we can get?
I'm looking forward to that one next week down in Florence. To me, it's kind of a big thing because I think the ladies are going down Friday night and going to stay there at the house, Tammy and Rebecca.
We've already got the keys to the location.
Yeah. And then, from what I understand, we're going to be staying the night there all night, on Saturday night. So the girls will be there a couple nights, so we'll get to do a little bit of interviewing and everything around town, and neighbors and witnesses and things like that. And of course, a couple weeks there, we're going to Memphis, like Doyle said. And can't wait to meet Keith. He's from Deep South Carolina.
Not Memphis, but it's South Pittsburgh.
I keep on saying
Memphis.
Memphis.
But
We've been in Memphis so much.
Yeah. But we're stoked, ready to go, and we're fixing to go lights out.
All right.
Give it a try.
Let's go.